do you think it went for openers?
Oh, I think it was a great day. I mean, really, we could have pushed this thing back, I think, another week, and we had an opportunity to, kind of go to camp 7 days early with some of the rules and things that happened. And I don't know if I could have held back. I don't think these guys could have held back either. And we'd had plenty of time in the summer stuff and the things we had to do. They're really excited about kind of the objective of moving forward and preparing to win football games.
Is this more or less like a mini camp right now, leading up to the camp? Is that what this is for the next week or so?
It's exactly what we're calling it. We're calling it a mini camp, and we don't want them to, we don't want to grind it out right now, to be honest with you. So these guys will get out of here. We have a quick meeting in the morning, give them some time in the afternoon. They still got class and some things. When we go to camp, we go to camp. But this is a good concept of mini camp. We can focus on the football fundamentals. We can focus on getting the schemes and the concepts in that we want to do, and then obviously challenge them mentally, because their bodies are ready. Now we just got to make sure their minds are ready.
Is there a wild thing out here today? Like I know it's day one of many, but was there something that you saw today that made you say, okay, wow, this is going pretty good, either Christmas or plate or what?
The thing that shows, I think, is a little bit more the leadership. When we try to do this in the spring and try to kind of walk away and let these guys kind of run some things themselves, again, they were new to it. They didn't know exactly what the expectation was. And we kind of challenged them this summer to do some of this 45 minutes on their own, where they truly led it. And it was, we kind of said, we're making up for those 12, 15 practices that we didn't get because of a bowl game. And you guys need to take charge of that. And we find some way to be better at what we do. And work in the summers and some of those things, so that when we come out here on day one, it's not like we're teaching a lot of things. We're able to kind of go out there and pick up right where we left off in the spring.
Luke, Hayden Moore kind of touched on the mentality last season where they would give up and how it's changed into not giving up this season. What type of work went into changing that mentality from a coaching standpoint?
We really got to see the true test out here, but I mean that's what the program's based on. People would say, what do you do in summer and what do you do in the winter of weightlifting? It really doesn't matter what they bench. It doesn't really matter what they squat, what they run a 40-yard dash, but what we can challenge them with in there to back them into corners, to see where their breaking points are, and to continue to push them past that. So we truly believe that we've done that. Now we've got to see how we come together as guys, because the human elements and things start to add in here, and then the true adversity comes in when truly we get out here in front of a crowd. But we prepared them for about everything we possibly can. We're going to continue to do that.
Luke, I know the learning curve for the players. Is there one for you at all personally, just being in charge of this whole thing?
Oh yeah, if you watch the first 12, 14 minutes when they're doing individual and things, I'm kind of wandering around exactly trying to stay out of people's hair and still trying to figure out the routine of some of those situations. But everybody's got a little bit of a learning curve. These guys all have a learning curve. I've got a learning curve. If I don't have a learning curve every year, then we're not trying to adapt and change and enhance the things that we're trying to do. So I think those kind of butterflies, those kind of on-edge stuff give us the opportunity to continue to push ourselves.
I know mottos can be kind of cliche at times, but is there an identity that you want this team to have to carry throughout the season?
We've got a culture that we're trying to do, and we talk about it. We've kind of put it up on the walls, but ultimately we got to put it on film. So we know it's going to be about toughness, and those are the things that are important to us. But ultimately, it's about the team, and we kind of stress that together everyone achieves more. And in order for us to do this, we got to do it together. And when things happen, things go up and things go down, we got to make sure we can take care of one another, and ultimately, hold each other accountable, but also, shelter, take the blame for things, whether it's the coach, whether it's a quarterback, whoever, and make sure we all stay together.
Coach, a lot of emphasis on special teams today. Multiple periods spent in the different phases. Is that, you talked about getting better on special teams, is that something that's going to carry throughout, and even having you out there, leading some of that stuff with the focus?
I'll be in charge of a lot of the special teams, and I try to tell them that special teams are worth at least 3 games for us this year. And we really truly believe that. So there's going to be 3 games out there that are going to be won or lost based on the special teams. And if we don't have our best players and we aren't putting incredible emphasis, and it's not something that's incredibly important to us, then they probably won't go in our favor. But I can promise you that it'll be important, it'll be an emphasis, and I'll be a big part of it.
Is Gantz healthy again, and how important is he to all of that? Obviously, he had a good year.
He's huge, and really, the spring kind of really helped us with creating some competition with Paisley and that, and I think that helped him as well. And everybody's got to go through those things. I want to kind of see him, put him in some situation, make it tougher, see how he reacts and responds to a miss here and there. But he has done everything we've asked him to do. He's battled his butt off. He's done some things even this summer that has been a little bit unique and holding him back and not allowing him to do too much. To hopefully make him really hungry for what he's getting ready to go embark on.
In your experience, how long does it take for some of the competitions, whether it be quarterback or another position, to kind of crystallize once practice starts? Is there like a number of practices or?
Let's be honest, you're really asking about the quarterbacks. Everybody wants to know. And the reality is it's the toughest thing in the world in the spring because it's a completely new system. So it's not really fair to either one of those guys. You know, they've got more stuff coming at them. Everything that you do on defense is designed to try to take advantage of the quarterback and try to mess with the quarterback. So it's a very difficult situation. I wasn't worried about how how things happened in the spring and where exactly their growth curve was. It was really about this off season. It was really about their leadership ability and some of the things that we got to make sure that they understand what we're going to do. So there's not an exact number of practices and different things. There's a lot of things that went into the summer on leadership ability, and we'll see that kind of carry over here in the camp, and we'll make those kind of determinations. I think day by day.
What can you tell people about James Smith? Obviously, the Australian punter is a new name and they're going to have a big role.
Yeah, he is. I mean, we got high expectations, and he's one of those guys that's kind of going to be thrown in the action. I don't know if I want to tell everybody that he really hasn't played a game of football in his life, but the good thing is I've been around some of those guys that have kind of been thrown into that situation, kind of really green to what they're doing, but have really excelled at it. And we're going to be smart, and we're going to do the things that he does well and continue to build upon those things. But he's 23, 24 years old, so it's not like he's a new 17, 18-year-old freshman. I mean, he's traveled a long way, and he's had this goal and dream for a long time, so I got a lot of confidence in him.
What's Corey Cunningham mean to the O-line and to the team?
He's one of those heart and souls. I mean, we still got to continue to push and do those kinds of things, but if there's anybody that I've seen kind of really transition and kind of embrace the culture, it's Corey. And I've been so excited. I'm excited to watch him play this year. Really to see the growth and maturity, and I don't just mean on the football field. I mean his leadership ability, his ability to work at it, his ability to focus on the things that are important to him, and make this a true goal. It was interesting to take him with us on the trip and hear him say that he wants to be a coach someday. I didn't realize I thought he was smarter than that, but it does show me that, hey, this is a game that he's passionate about. It's a game he wants to play for a long time, and I hope we've shown him the way that he needs to do to play it for a long time.
He's such a gregarious kind of guy off the field, but when it's business time, is he
is.
business?
He is, and I think he's got a pretty good balance to him. Now the adverse situations, the things that are going to come that we're going to have to continue to handle will be the next growing phase for him. But he's the kind of guy you want to have in your locker room. He's the kind of guy you want to have on your offensive line. And I hope it's very contagious about what he does and what he believes in and the passion he has for the game of football.
Coach, I know nothing is foolproof, but how confident are you just in kind of your system, your way, that it can really turn things around here and just get things rolling the right way to start the season here in a month or so? Well,
I believe it. I believe in it wholeheartedly. And I've seen it. I've been fortunate enough to see kind of different leadership styles and changes and, how kids have accepted it and how it really has helped them. So I got a true belief in what it is that we're doing. I got a true belief in how we're going to do it. And we're just excited about going to prove it.
Thank you.